Cool. So just one slide here. I wanted to give you guys some stats on how things are going, and I'll give you guys some next steps. But overall, on July 1st, we received over 180 submissions. Some were from very small apps or users who may have been a little confused on the program, but overall, we've gone through all 180 submissions, and we have 17 apps in progress for the RFP. 7 apps are in the final setup stage, and Claire will go through some of what they are working through on the portal setup and distribution side. And then 2 apps have actually been dropped from the approved initial list due to not meeting certain guidelines, such as verifying their business or how they design their initial distribution. So we are looking pretty deeply into each submission to make sure they are passing guidelines and aren't trying to do something malicious, but this is taking some time. But the 7 apps that are in final stage are pretty much slated to go out as soon as possible, as they can set up portals and complete the grant to receive the assets into that portal. I will stop there. Oh, can you guys see my screen?
I can. Is anyone else having a problem other than Ricky91? Please type in the chat if you cannot see the screen. A few people can't.
All right, let me reshare. You see it now?
1 yes. 1 no.
Well, okay, I'll just recap the stats. So 180 submissions, 17 apps in progress with their RFPs. Of those 17, 7 are at final stages, meaning portal setup stage. And then 2 have been dropped from the program due to not meeting guidelines. But I'll stop there. So that's just a recap of how things are going. I think maybe next we can go to Claire, and you can talk a little bit more about what's going on token table e-sign side, maybe a demo, or really anything you guys want to talk through with the community.
Yeah, sure. Hello everyone, super excited to be here. I'm Claire from Sign Protocol, and Token Table is built by Sign Protocol, which is a token distribution platform that helps projects to unlock tokens to either investors or airdrop the community in Zeta's use case. We're very happy to facilitate this XP airdrop for the Zeta community this time. Basically how it works is, so every project will have their own token distribution smart contract, and each project will have their own individual claiming portal, of course. And all eligible participant address and token allocation will be written in a contract to build a Merkle tree for distribution. And all of the community members, you guys will be able to see the eligible airdrop amount directly on the portal. So it's simple like that.
Cool. And do you guys have any demo you guys would want to walk through?
Sure, give me 1 second. I think I have a privacy setting issue. I will hop back on if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good. Couple of exploits in the market today. Li-Fi, I think Jumper Exchange as well, coincidentally. Are you guys seeing that?
No, I haven't checked Twitter yet today.
Lucky you. Hopefully no one here in the audience is impacted. If you've used Li-Fi or Jumper, it would be good to revoke those contracts, especially if you have unlimited spend approvals. Tired of Jumper issues? Yes. B has revoked those contracts. Another day, another hack from Vidant. Does anyone know what the actual exploit was? I haven't seen any analyses. Maybe share links in the chat. In the meantime here, we're waiting for Claire from Token Table to adjust her settings so we can show a demo of the claim process. $10 million drained from Li-Fi. Damn. Yeah, the attack was ongoing last time I checked, about an hour ago.
Yeah, at least what I've seen is, I think the team has things under control, and I don't think the actual Jumper product requested infinite approval. So it's only the users who explicitly said that. So hopefully it isn't going to be too much larger than what's already been drained. But yeah, still pretty bad.
Yeah, hopefully they have a strategy to rectify. We have seen worse in the space.
So Claire said it might take a couple more minutes.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. we invite Claire to speak? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there she is. Also, shout out to Ching, who just ran the biggest meetup in Indonesia, an actual meetup where there was meat. Nice work. Okay, Claire, you want to try sharing your screen again?
Yes, I'm trying.
Discord giving everyone a hard time today.
I know. It still gives me the privacy error for some reason.
Anyone else on your team that can jump in?
Let me ask.
Or even like a sandbox link, we could try sharing. Some of you have definitely used Token Table from the day one Zeta airdrop. So this will be a review for you.
It's still giving me the headache for not being able to share, and also the allocation is tied to my wallet address, so give me one more second to see if anyone on my team can hop on. So sorry about it.
All right, hopefully we get that sorted out in a couple minutes. Anyone have questions about current RFP numbers? You can share in the chat. 2 apps dropped due to guidelines. Anything to share around what disqualified them? Yeah, another question in the chat about apps dropped due to guideline inadequacies. Brandon, any insight there?
Oh, so sorry. I was talking with my mic off. So the 2 apps that were rejected were due to KYB, or Know Your Business, issues. They either refused to complete a Know Your Business or were rejected flat out. And also, in tandem with that factor, which is the first red flag, looking at the actual RFP submissions, they were quite likely to have been civil attacks. For now, we won't share the details of these apps for the sake of the apps, since we don't want to do, a false flag or a false alarm for the actual apps. There are potentially other reasons why they might not want to complete a KYB, but for us, we want to make sure for anyone we're distributing the RFP grants to that it is safe for users. So that's the main reason. And as we get closer to final stage for the remaining 10 apps, we'll make sure everyone is completing all of the guidelines, assigning tiers correctly, having a majority of rewards for XP users, all of that. Some of the apps needed revisions from their submissions, so you'll see that as they start to share data publicly. But yeah, that's kind of the state of things right now. Pretty close on 7.
Yeah, there's one question if from Wolfer, of the 17, 7 apps are in the final setup stage, or is it 24
Yes.
altogether? Okay.
So basically 7 apps have finalized data, at least from our feedback. So they have the final CSVs and amounts, assignments. The only next step is really just setting up the distribution portal and launching it. So they haven't set dates yet, of course, and Claire's demoing, or Claire from Token Table will be demoing, in theory, an example of what it'll look like for you guys. And once we get all of that set up, then apps will be free to launch their portals as they need to, or as they want to.
Yep, and we'll communicate that to you guys when we know the exact launch times. That's the answer to a lot of questions coming in about when. Degen asks, who are the 7 dApps? Are we able to share details on that now? I imagine some of these presented 2 weeks ago in the first AMA session.
Yes, so for the ones who are in the final stages, and of course this is still pending their setup, so we'll see if any issues come up during that stage, but League of Thrones, Substance X, Sugar, Zern, Accumulated Finance, Zebra, and Native, Native X Swap, and Native Lend app are all in final stages right now.
Accumulated, what was the one after that?
Zebra and Native.
Okay, I shared in the chat.
Yeah, for transparency, Eddie is still under the KYB process. So once we get that through, then we'll finalize the distribution with them.
How long will it take for us to claim? I think, and a lot of people have already done this for the day 1 Zeta drop. Some people were eligible for claims every month, but it's a fairly easy process, right?
Yeah, so assuming the Token Table team can do a demo soon, you guys will see it is a very straightforward process. Basically, you'll go into a portal built by the team plus Token Table, and you will click claim, or check your eligibility and then claim. And that's kind of it.
Yeah. We demoed
and
a
of
lot.
course, just to add, Token Table does have the capabilities to do more fancy things like testing it out, or doing first come first serve or that sort of thing. So that's kind of up to apps, but the majority will probably just do a simple claim. Oh, and I guess we'll invite Claire back up to the stage.
Hello,
How's
I'm
it
back.
going, Claire?
Brandon, I sent you a link if you can click into that and
Oh,
try to share your screen. I'll talk through it, but I'm not sure if you have eligible claimable token, but I can talk through the demo.
sure. Let me. Share my screen. So
Thank
this
you.
looks like it's for native.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Claire.
So basically, when you guys go into the project's portal, you will see your terms of service, and after you click confirm, you will directly be able to see how much Zeta you're eligible to claim. Right now, because Brennan's wallet address isn't whitelisted, but after you connect the wallet, you'll be able to see the amount, and simple like that, just connect your wallet and claim the token. And for each of the project, we have customized UI, and if they have complicated like unlocking schedules, we can support that as well. But that's basically it for each of the community members. Just log onto the portal, check your eligibility, and then claim the token.
Can't really see the screen. It's still kind of like loading.
Oh, I
And,
can see it on my end though.
It's showing Brandon's screen. Not, I don't know, Brandon, if you're still sharing your screen.
So I'm sharing a screen that says replace this with the title of the claiming portal. Is it frozen for you guys? Or
Yeah, I can see it.
all right, let me try one more time.
It's showing on my end. That's so weird.
How about now?
Yeah, now I can see it.
So like I said, for each of the project, there will be a different portal. And when you log into that, you'll be able to directly see how much you're available to claim. And then connect your wallet and simply click claim, and then you'll be able to claim the allocation.
As you guys can see, I am not eligible, but many of you guys will be, hopefully. But yeah, it should be super simple experience for all of you guys. And I'll share one more screen. Let me, oh yeah. So when these go live, of course, the apps will broadcast it on X and we'll help amplify it on socials. But if you guys are curious, in the reward section, you will see these cards for each RFP that's eligible change into something that has a link. So once you do see that, you can go check your eligibility on the given portal. That will look something like this.
Yep, we will provide a more detailed walkthrough demo later. Maybe Brendan can help us post in a Discord channel.
Definitely.
So basically, guys, just like to recap and let me know if I got this correctly. So once like the rewards are live, users are kind of like it's best for our users to go to the current rewards page, check there like if any of these cards are live, and you can know if they're live if you can click on it, and it will send you to our stock and table link. And then over there it's like super straightforward. You just like with one click you can know if you're eligible or not, and if you're eligible you can directly claim from there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. This is super straightforward, super easy. So yeah, guys, like you just go to Explore Rewards, check that, and everything should be straightforward.
And I'll post some photos. So when we're talking about the reward section, this is what we were referring to. If you guys can't see on my screen share, and I'll send another quick demo or quick image of the portal. So each app, of course, this is a boilerplate that I just sent in the chat, but each app will have its own portal that Token Tables help build. open build, and you can just go and check your eligibility and claim. Cool, I'll stop streaming, and sorry for the screen share issues if you guys aren't able to see that, but that's about it for today with the RFP. Joseph, if you want to talk through anything on the hub product side, maybe like XP tasks, we can do that, or otherwise we can maybe open it up for any other questions you guys have.
Just one question still on this topic. Like, there's a lot of feedback on transparency from the dApps and making sure that they actually follow through with these drops, and that's the reason for all of these guidelines and this update around requiring the use of token table. And maybe you could talk through like how this minimizes custody risk as opposed to apps going rogue and just trusting to do their airdrops with different technologies.
Yeah, so there's two sides to this. So one is the trust of apps, and we've heard your feedback. We totally understand the fears of, you know, the user growth pool being distributed to apps, and what happens if they just run away with the funds. So the first piece we're solving is that custody risk with thanks to token table, where the user growth pool can issue a grant directly by depositing it into a token table portal or airdrop contract. So it's being distributed according to how an app has specified in their CSV that they will also publish, but the app is never actually getting like withdrawable custody over those assets. So that's solving one side, and then the other piece is, and maybe Claire, you can talk about this a bit more, but Token Table's airdrop distribution platform is a battle-tested platform. They've done it for a few other big projects, and are audited and basically have a controlled environment to do these distributions. Whereas if we open it up to the custody or system of any app, many may not get their code as thoroughly audited, may do something malicious with the assets, etc., even if it's also depositing to a smart contract. So that's that. And Claire, I don't know if you want to add anything around security or how you guys think about that.
Yeah, of course. So the underlying tech is very simple. It's a Merkle tree-based airdrop contract, and we choose it purposefully because low complexity level will make it less likely to attack by the malicious act. But we also have gone through thorough audits and have assisted multiple projects in an ecosystem. Our goal is to facilitate more transparent, secure, and easy airdrop to the community. And for this time, each of the Zeta project has a smart contract dedicated for the airdrop, and all eligible participant address and token allocation are already written in the contract. So it adds a certain level of transparency to the community, and the tokens are deposited into the smart contract ahead of the time. So it's actually the custody is owned by Zeta, I believe, and then we can actually go look at how these tokens are distributed. So it adds a certain transparency level to the community.
Great, thanks, Claire.
And yeah, just sticking on this topic for a little bit before you share XP stuff, Joseph. The approval RFP. Sorry, Ricky asked, could the team share the approved RFP and eligible addresses? Will that be available in the Explore rewards page and hub? Like, how are we making these publicly available? Or the apps are required to do so?
Yeah, so we're going to require the apps to publish their CSVs, so you'll see it on their socials. everywhere. And we also have a record of them, so if we need to also share it from data chain side, we can publish it in a Notion doc or something like that for everyone. Each app has their own, but we can round them up as they start to go live.
Yep. And the snapshot of eligible addresses for round 1, Angelos asks. This is in the blog post I shared. I'll link it again. That will give you access to the raw data.
Yep.
Any last minute questions in the chat on the RFP stats or about token table? I will try. I'll manage that in the chat. Joseph, if you want to share any updates on your side, go for it.
Yeah, sure. So on XP side, the latest new addition to the product was the Explore Rewards page that Brandon showed, and like right now the demo. So this was shipped last week, and the idea behind Explore Rewards section, or like the page, is that you have a dedicated page like on our product, on our front end, that's gonna show you like all the possible rewards you could be eligible for. So you could go there, you can check like all the current rewards, and also like we're gonna have a section in this page for like historical rewards, so you can see also what happened in the past. And from there, it's gonna be straightforward. You click on one card, it's gonna direct you towards like where this reward is alive, and check eligibility and claim it there, like with token table as we showed. So this is a new page. We're doing a little bit of like changes to the AI, like small modifications, like improvement to the AI. And something I just realized right now in the chat, that some people still like do not 100% understand the new mechanics, like the activity bar, the streak, etc. So I think later I'm gonna take like few minutes to just like record the demo and share it with you here on Discord to see if you have any questions. And I think this kind of maybe it. Unless someone has like any questions, I'm gonna take a look in the chat. And yeah, one thing is that we want to do like while we are working on the RFPs and distributing rewards and everything, we want to start having this call like with like more focus on like XP, like getting people to talk, to share feedback, to collect feedback from you guys. And because we're going to be launching like multiple things and we're going to be experimenting with features, so we would love to hear from you as well.
I see one question about KYC. I don't think for this we have KYC requirement, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it's up to apps to determine their final requirements they want for distribution, but the KYC requirement was just specific to the initial Zeta chain day one airdrop that came from Zeta chain directly.
And it doesn't sound like they're really implementing KYC requirements from what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, what is the purpose of the RFP on Zeta chain, and what goals are you trying to achieve with this project? The initial goal was to bring apps together to help distribute an airdrop in a meaningful way to XP users. I think a couple weeks past the close of the submissions, some learnings are that this has kind of confused users, since apps of course have their own motives or things that they want to grow, and XP can feed into that, but it's kind of separate. So moving forward, we're going to look into ways to really focus on XP and how to reward those users and activity very well. We're still definitely going to proceed with the RFP program as we've already launched it, but the wording is we want to reward both, help apps grow, also reward XP users because you guys are super important to the ecosystem. But we want to make sure you guys, are rewarded accordingly for all the stuff you guys are contributing. And for all the eligibility questions, there are no portals live. Some apps like Zebra, I think Eddie and a number of others have published their initial submissions for feedback, but the final distribution platforms with Token Table won't go live until they go live, which, as I said, 7 are in final stages. So the goal is for those apps to get it out within the next week or 2. But yeah, be on the lookout on the rewards page on Zeta Hub to see those links, and of course on Discord and Twitter. For criteria on how much data each app will receive, that's per app. The criteria is a combination of what tiers they designed, how many users are involved, and then their overall contribution so far to the network or ecosystem. So that can be, overall transaction volume, monthly transacting users, but also things like innovation, like using the universal app features, and things like that. So based on like a table of criteria, we're determining how many Zeta are allocated to the specific RFPs. As you'll see, they're mostly going to be tiered out in pretty clear tiers. Of some apps that weren't part of XP don't have the same user growth, and in turn don't have the same sort of allocation that one that has grown for many, many weeks and has contributed a lot of monthly transacting users or over transaction volume. But yeah, in short, each one is kind of triangulated on overall activity and then innovation in the ecosystem. And yeah, once they are published, then we can talk more about the actual distribution and choices that went into each one. To answer your request, Rawville. Oh, and CHC, I think that should answer your question. The amounts given to dApps for the program are based on the app's activity and innovation. So again, it's monthly transacting users, overall transaction volume, usage of universal app features. Cool. Well, Jonathan, I think we're pretty much at time. Is there anything else we should walk through before we head out?
I think this is good. Claire, if there are any materials to share, like quick demo videos, we'll spread that around the community. Yeah, and then on a related note, like if people like using these apps and You want to keep building in Web3. Like, these are early opportunities to get in touch with the teams and help build community. I made a number of connections to the NFT project Plugman, so a lot of Zeta Chain users are helping them with community building. So, like, the whole purpose of Zeta Hub is to be a gateway to exploring all of the apps coming out on Zeta Chain, and we're doing our best to foster developer ecosystem and raise the quality of apps. So yeah, view this as like a way to discover new opportunities. And then yeah, super excited about the round 1 RFP process and all of these different reward opportunities, and we'll continue to keep you updated. I think next 2 weeks are going to be pretty exciting. Any last comments from the speakers? Otherwise, we'll close this one out.
All good on my side. I will see you again in the chat.
All good. I will send the product demo later.
Perfect. All right, thanks guys, and let's get back to work. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.